lasers, then getting fire to spread isn't really the issue because
there ain't no way, dog. There ain't no way that this dude is what? No, this has got to be like, wait, what? Stop it, dude. Matt Walsh saying ADHD is fake. Yeah, I mean, this is funny because it's like the least offensive thing he's ever said. Adults with ADHD are forced to navigate life while unmedicated. The horror. You mean adults might have to learn how to function as human beings without unnecessary drugging themselves? What a shocking thought. I mean, listen, I have ADHD, and as someone with ADHD, let me tell you something, okay? I think Americans medicate a little too much. That is, I mean, what is it? Like, how much of the world's drugs do we consume in the United States of America? Not that I'm saying that, like, ADHD is fake or anything. I don't think Matt Walsh is right on this. The U.S. continues to face a nationwide shortage of Adderall due to surge in demand in recent years. Some adults with ADHD are forced to navigate life while unmedicated. The horror. You mean adults might have to learn how to function without unnecessarily drugging themselves. You don't have ADHD. You just get distracted because you live your life surrounded by distractions and you've never developed the discipline required to focus on one task at a time. You can't solve that with a drug, I'm afraid. That's insane. I mean, these guys don't believe that depression is real. You know what I mean? Like ADHD and living life with ADHD, I feel like on the grand scheme of things is a little bit, it's still bad, obviously, if you can't get medicated for your issues. But like, I'm going to place that a little bit lower on the totem pole when comparing it to like chronic depression. Not that there is a competition there. So there are a lot of people, in my opinion, genuine opinion, and you're probably not one of these people if you're in the chat being like, I'm gonna die or whatever, right? Because everyone's illness is different. But there are a lot of people I think that got prescribed Adderall and various other uppers during the pandemic through telehealth services, which genuinely, in my opinion, like was a little bit overprescribed. And then that kind of fucked it up for people who actually legitimately need it, who are need it for existing in normal society. And they've just been, everyone's been having a hard time. Why do pandemic diagnoses not actually need it? No, during the pandemic, telehealth became massively popular. And due to that, people were able to just basically say, hey, yeah, come on, give me some drugs. Yeah, chat acting like pill mills are not real is crazy. Like it's the same with Oxycontin, or not necessarily Oxycontin, but just like even fentanyl, right? Like some people need it for chronic pain management, but it should be heavily regulated. And Adderall is the other side of this equation, uppers and downers both. Americans are the most medicated people on the planet. I'm not like a holistic medicine guy by any means. As you guys know, I love modern medicine. Big fan of that stuff. Leaving it. And the conversation sometimes turns into a black and white issue. It's not the best person to talk this over because, with respect to Matt Walsh, he's a piece of shit and he's an absolute idiot saying ADHD isn't real.
It's still sinking in for all of us just how dramatic this is and just what the impact that this has had on the people. Like, first and foremost, as far as the unprecedented nature of these fires, unfortunately, this is something we've been seeing over the past decade at least. And we can look back to 2019, where 21 homes were lost in West Maui due to similar fires. The same year, we had about 20,000 acres burned through central Maui. 2018, we actually had a near pass of another hurricane system that coincided with large-scale fires on Oahu, on the west side of Oahu. And in each of these incidents, what we're seeing, I think as your first guest mentioned, is the firefighters we have on the ground. Those are the resources we have. They were spread incredibly thin over this past week. They're doing everything that they can. And as far as what we can do, and by we I mean the response agencies that we work with, the nonprofits, Hawaii Wildfire Management Organization, I have to give them credit too, but we're trying to get the word out and identify the actions that communities and land managers can take prior to these fires.
Lahaina was once a wetland. Boats circled around Waikoloa Church. It only became dry and fire prone because illegal water diversions and land theft by sugar barons in the 1800s. Today, the same families reap insane profits off continued control of our irrigation, land regulators, and politicians. As we rebuild, we must restore Green New Deal promise of public land and water use. Okay, but what does Tim Pool have to say about this?
Pollution.
You can call it whatever you want, but my attitude is, look, we are not on good terms with China right now. I mean, we can pretend, oh, no, trade's going on, everything's fine. No, come on. They want Taiwan. They're building up their military. There's a chance for escalation, a chance for conflict. They want the South China Sea. And then they've got ships with Russia coming near the Aleutians, coming near U.S. territory, going near Hawaii, and then they're pulling off something like this. So look, how
Something like what?
hard is it to start a fire? It's ridiculously easy to start a fire. And they can fire lasers? Okay.
It's a little
What is-
challenging to get the fire to spread, but there were hurricane level. It said it was like hurricane level winds, or there's
I don't
heavy high winds.
So they're
caused
saying-
it to
if they
spread.
can start 50 fires all at once with a sequence of satellites doing high burst, high energy lasers, then getting fire to spread isn't really the issue because
There ain't no fucking way, dog. There ain't no way that this dude is what? No, this has got to be like, wait, what? Stop it, dude. Stop. Dude, they went from Jewish space lasers to Chinese space lasers. They're like, we're not giving up on the space laser shit, but like, we're just going to say it's the Chinese that did it.
you make the fire instantly in a bunch of different places.
And they can monitor the weather in Hawaii. I mean, you could just Google that. Like what I was reading from the National Guardsman who's making a statement was that, there's low humidity and high wind. So that's perfect conditions for wildfires to spread, which means any arson fires would also spread as quickly. Like China is perfectly able to say, like, this happens to be a dangerous period for fire in Hawaii. Perhaps now, if they were to do something. There was also a Chinese balloon observed above international waters near Hawaii in February 2022.
Wow. Right.
Yeah. So it does seem like obviously like they have a targeted interest in Hawaii. And
Remember when Marjorie Taylor Greene argued that there were like space lasers that could start fires?
Maybe she was right.
I think it's really funny because they claimed she said Jewish space lasers when she mentioned like Rothschild's bank was providing funding for certain technology or whatever. And I'm like, well, I don't know about any of that, but I can tell you that we have video of lasers being fired from satellites. Their argument came from a pollution monitoring satellite, but lasers did come from this satellite. Now, I don't know the capabilities of this, but I'm not going to believe them, right? I'm not going to believe China's like, we're looking for
Thank God he said that. After spending 2 minutes being like, oh, it definitely is a Chinese space laser. He's like, well, I'm not going to believe them. But like I kind of do.
pollution in Hawaii.
well, and they
That's awesome. That's fucking insane. Or wait, is he saying he's not going to believe if China says, he's not going to believe China if they, so he's not even saying that, you'd be surprised how advanced technology the government have these weapon companies. They're 20, 30 years ahead. Rothschild still run part. Please do not ban this guy. This guy's got some really good ideas. Mods, we're keeping this one. Mainstream conservatives have merged with insuldom. Like there were certain aspects of like alt-right, far-right conspiracy theorists that were relegated to the darkest corners of the internet where they could just like not really have a lot of light shined on them. Basement dwelling incels, 4chan people. These people are now openly out and about. Like this is a post-Trump world. They're openly out and about. Their mania, their mania is for all to see. It's completely out there in public and broad daylight for all of your consumption. And not only is it out there, but it's out there for other idiots to also appreciate, consume, enjoy, celebrate, give clout to, you know?